Grant Williams, for sure, has made himself a couple dollars this postseason with his spectacular performance as a role player for the Boston Celtics, oftentimes being tasked, and boys, it's a big task, as the primary defender on Giannis Antetokounmpo as the Boston Celtics won Game 7 to get the series win over the reigning NBA champion Milwaukee Bucks. Grant's stock was already rising just the way he played in the first round, and the first 6 games of the second round. Just trying to deal with Giannis is a big task that a lot of people will not even try to do. I'm talking about taking charges, putting his body on the line, falling with Giannis, getting physical with him, even talking a little trash to the Greek Freak. But what Grant Williams did in Game 7, though, is going to be the storyline of maybe his career thus far. 7 3-pointers for Grant Williams, 27 points in Game 7. Now, he took 18 attempts, but that was the game plan for the Milwaukee Bucks to leave Grant open, and Grant didn't shy away from the shots. Jayson Tatum, after the game, went as far as to say, Grant won us a game. Grant tied the NBA record for the most threes made in a Game 7. One of the gentlemen that he tied was Steph Curry, who did it a couple times in his illustrious career. So congratulations to Grant Williams. For those who don't know, I know a lot about Grant Williams. I am a Tennessee Vol. Grant Williams was one of my favorite players of all time to come through the Tennessee regime. Never met Grant Williams, I don't believe. I covered Tennessee while I was a student there in college. As I was leaving out, if I'm not mistaken, Grant was walking on the campus. Never met Grant Williams. We do got a couple mutual friends that I'm sure is going to set us up one day in the future to link with each other and maybe even do, how about a podcast? Would y'all like a Grant Williams Ferro podcast? That'll be fun for your boy. Shout out Grant Williams. He played spectacular. When I say he made himself a couple dollars to me or you, but specifically that brother probably made $30, $40 million in this postseason. At the fact that he's also the VP, if I'm not mistaken, with the Players Association. Grant Williams is going to be around for a very long time in the league. And I got to admit to you guys, the first couple years for Grant was not easy. I'm going to be real with y'all. Since I went to school with Grant, this guy was one of the best Tennessee Vols in the history of the program. I was watching Grant closely his first couple years in the league, and I was concerned. He was slow. He seemed to be kind of reacting more than actually, being a step ahead of the action on the court. It felt like the NBA level was a little too much for Grant. He was falling in and out of that Boston Celtics rotation that had guys like Taco Fall. Obviously, Robert Williams gets a lot of those minutes as well. Grant's found himself, though. He's found a way. He's found like a spot. Clearly one of the Celtics' smarter players. He's been studying. You could tell he's been studying the game, understanding what he can do. And like Jayson Tatum said after this game, Grant ain't taking 18 threes a game from here on out. But if you're going to leave him open, he's confident enough to take the shot. I mean, this dude is a former SEC Player of the Year for a reason. He's been in scenarios where he's been the best player on the court. He was pretty much that in Game 7 for Boston. He's been there before, so he understands the moment and the magnitude of it. And he helped get the Celtics into the Eastern Conference Finals to take on Miami, which now Grant, for all I know, probably will get some clock guarding Jimmy Butler. That would be a great thing for the Celtics. If Jimmy's got to guard Tatum, but Grant can guard Butler, I mean, clearly you can see an advantage for the Boston Celtics if Grant's able to stay on the court and stay out of foul trouble guarding Grant. Shout out to my Vol for life, man. Big-time performance in Game 7 to help his team get the dub.